Now, circling back to the national capital, the Yamuna water level in Delhi receded, but the national capital remains entangled in the aftermath of the recent flooding and its consequences. As immense flooding and waterlogging continues in Delhi, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal announced several initiatives, including compensations for those impacted by the floods. But political heat over the floods continues to escalate, and in response to allegations regarding the maintenance of the ITO barrage, the Haryana government has set up a fact-finding committee. Allegations came to the fore that the maintenance funds have not been provided for the past 5 years. And in contrast, the Delhi government countered by stating that it is the central government responsible for funding maintenance. Meanwhile, Indian Army teams have successfully completed bund work at drain number 12, while the Navy is still working on opening the gates at the ITO barrage.
कि हरियाणा सरकार का आईटीओ बैराज मेंटेन नहीं था, 5 गेट उसके नहीं खोले गए और वो 5 गेट ना खोलने की वजह से यमुना के अंदर लेवल बढ़ गए, जिसकी वजह से हमारे रेगुलेटर भी टूटे। यमुना कई जगह ब्रीच होके आईटीओ और कई सारे सेंसिटिव इलाकों के अंदर घुस गई। तो अब लीपा पोती करने के लिए एक बहाना सोचा भारतीय जनता पार्टी वालों ने, और बहाना ये सोचा कि इस बराज की मेंटेनेंस के पैसे दिल्ली सरकार नहीं दे रही। मतलब ये हास्यास्पद है।
ये मेरा है, ये तेरा है, ये बहुत छोटी सोच के लोग ही ऐसे मौके विचार करते हैं। उदार चरिता नाम तू वसुधैव कुटुंबकम। जो उदार चरित्र के लोग होते हैं वो हमेशा विचार करते हैं कि सारा मेरा परिवार है, सारा संसार मेरा परिवार है, देश प्रदेश सब हमारे अपने हैं, लोग हमारे अपने हैं। और ये जो कहा जा रहा है कि हरियाणा ने हथनी कुंड से पानी छोड़ दिया और उसमें जो फोटो दिखाए जा रहे हैं, मुझे लगता है कि एक अनपढ़ और गंवार व्यक्ति का जो ज्ञान होता है, अगर उसमें कोई पीएचडी चालू कर दी जाए ना, तो इनको जरूर पीएचडी मिल जाए।
Sir, I want to ask you as to what was the problem, because at this point in time this is the area near WHO building and this was in news for last so many days. What was the problem here and what your team is actually doing here?
Alright, the crux of the problem was that the Yamuna breached the existing structure which was there at this sluice gate number 12, which caused the backflow of Yamuna river to the city. As you can see the drain behind you, that allows the drainage of the city to move towards Yamuna, whereas because of the force of the water which was there, it actually broke the sluice gate and Yamuna water was actually entering the city. Army was requisitioned on at 0930 hours on 14th of July, and accordingly my task force was deployed here. After carrying out the initial assessment of the work at hand, we mobilized our resources, and at approximately 13:30 hours we commenced with our task on 14th of July, and by 10:30 at night we were able to complete the entire structure that we have created, which stopped the flow of water back to the city. Now this has facilitated two things. One is the repair to the sluice gate and the more permanent work which is required here by the PWD.
Sir, in technical terms, if I can ask you what your men are doing as of now, we can see some sandbags, then some iron sheets as well, then some wooden planks as well. What is this in case you can just make us understand the whole process?
I'll just explain in a very simple language.
Yeah.
Now initially when we had come here, what you can see the height of the sandbags which are there right now, that was the quantum of water which was there, and it was in full spate.
Okay.
So the first task was to stop the water, and therefore we used sandbags and all which we got from the local resources, as also from the regiment we brought them here, and we first created a bund here. Therefore we were able to stop the water. Now what is ongoing, we are reinforcing the task which we already did with HESCO bags and our MS flat, so that in case the water again increases, it doesn't hit the sandbags directly.
And also, sir, we were told about some regulator that got broken because of the excessive water. What was that?
Yeah, the regulator is just 20 meters behind us,
Okay.
and that was the main regulator which allows that sewage water to go back to Yamuna. But because the force of the water of Yamuna that actually got breached, that was damaged, and with the force, Yamuna, the water from Yamuna was actually going towards the city. Now, after creation of this bund, that inflow of Yamuna towards the city has been stopped. Conditions have been made conducive for the flood department to carry out the necessary repairs of this sluice gate, which is actually ongoing.
So your men are still working. Can I ask, like, by what time we are expecting this task would be completed or something?
It's an ongoing task. We hope to finish it by, or we plan to finish it by today evening. And after that, a small maintenance debt will be here as deemed necessary by me.
Also, sir, like, by what time we are expecting this water will be, coming down to drain and will be finding its way to Yamuna?
You can actually see the outflow of the water from the city. It actually started back towards Yamuna. This is the drain that you can see onto your right, and you can actually see the flow of the water towards Yamuna back. So what was our task has actually been achieved.
All right. So a bund was created here, and you can see in the visuals. In fact, the officer is saying the task is almost complete, and in fact will be completed by this evening, and then a maintenance work team would be deployed there. So you tell me, first of all, you have been called in, Indian Navy has been called in. What is the problem, what we are dealing with here?
Basically, day before yesterday, there was a specific request to undertake underwater cutting of these gates. So we brought our diving team out here, did a detailed recce, and based on the recce, it emerged that the problem of not opening of the gates is attributable to silt which has accumulated.
Okay.
So though we have catered for the welding and cutting equipment, we've also got some silt removal equipment, and we have mobilized the equipment both from Delhi as well as Bombay. See, all these 5 gates individually will pose peculiar problems. So first one, by removal of silt, it was addressed. Second one, they have taken the same path, but still not successful till now. So every gate will pose peculiar problems. So that's why we have brought in a bouquet of capabilities out here, both for underwater welding, cutting, as well as silt removal. Plus we have got our diving expertise. So whatever skill or capability is required for each particular gate, we shall employ that.